Mr. Sharan, Mr. Singh, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, and our ever lively, ever cheerful presenter, Ruchika. Let me at the outset express my grateful thanks and gratitude to Mr. Sharan and to Greentech for giving me the opportunity to be here with you at this particular conference. Let me also thank my dear friend and colleague, Mr. Singh, for having taken time off to be here with us today and for sharing time with me when we were sitting together in the jury to select the awardees. Knowing that each one of you is an HR professional, let me confess to you that I too began my HR career way back in the early 90s. And I recall that HR career very fondly because it was triggered by somebody who today resides here in Goa. It was triggered by the former director of the XLRI in Jamshedpur, Father D'Souza, who then moved from Jamshedpur to Bhubaneswar as the chief of the XIMB, and who invited me, and I was then in the governor's house, to actually take up and teach to students the HR stream. It was he who inspired me to bring out my first book on human resources. That has gone now into its 4th and revised edition. He is now settled in Goa, and he founded the Goa Institute of Management. And by a strange irony of fate, today as the DG and CEO of the Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs in Delhi, we are probing links with the Goa Institute of Management to write for us on issues of corporate governance and corporate social responsibility. So in a way, being here today brings me full circle to the very beginnings of HR and to the place where we are positioned today. As professionals, I do not want to talk to you about what we always talk about. HR issues are so well known. So whether they're recruitment or selection or retention or whatever else there is, we will go on discussing those till the cows come home. But really speaking, what excites us as professionals today? What's new? What's cooking? What's happening around us? What is it that when we come to a conference, we look out for? What's the new takeaway? What are the new ideas coming into our profession? And let me try and flag mark a few of them. When you try and recruit young people today, you as an HR chief or a professional are already deep into your middle age, but you are recruiting younger people. When you recruit younger people, you are aware of a younger culture. You know that you need to connect with what we now call Gen Y. And we know that Gen Y thinks differently. Fair enough. That Gen Y will become Gen X tomorrow and there will be another Gen Y is also a fact of history. Age and progression and time marches forward. The new Gen Y, after this Gen Y becomes X, will have another way of thinking. That is the law of nature. That Gen Y is different is no surprise. It always will be. Is Gen X different? I'm asking you questions which are completely off the main line to excite new thoughts. Is Gen X today different from Gen X yesterday? Are we different from what we were people of our age yesterday? The magic, the difference in corporations is not about Gen Y coming in. It will always be different. It will always be younger. The magic of HR in corporations today is how Gen X has changed. You have changed. How your connectivities have changed. Your ability to master technology has changed. Your ability to connect with Gen Y has changed. Your sensitivities to new thoughts have changed. Ask yourselves this very question. Twitter, Facebook, whatever, is about what? Is basically about followers. You may tweet endlessly. What's the point if you're just a voice in the wilderness? Your tweets are followed by whom is really the measuring rod of how popular you are. Who tweets and who follows? The first tweet on T20, the IPL match, was by whom? A man who is beyond 70 years of age, the one and only Amitabh Bachchan.